Good morning, everyone. Today is April 23rd, 2020. It is 52 but feels like 48 here in North Idaho. I'm Jody and welcome to Moose Flats Farm. So today I've got to go through and not only get this thing taken down the rest of the way, but get all the grass and stuff cleaned out of the garden and get the beds turned and the steer manure spread out so David John can get the main garden rototilled and get the rows put back in. So gonna get to work cleaning up grass and weeds. Well, now that I got all that cleaned up, I think I found a spot for some of my mini roses. Gonna put them in between the gates, so I'm gonna build a box to go around that, and then I'll add a couple in with those foxgloves. I think it will look really pretty. So I've already gone through and measured where I need to make my cuts. So I got my speed square. Mark my line. And as you know, the skill saw is not my favoriteest, so I'm just going to clamp the one side just to keep them from moving. way I was gonna go. Drill. And there, I've got my three-sided box. And then I'm just going to do 2 little toe tacks on each one just to keep that board from moving. Do a little backfilling and get a couple of my roses planted. So the screw's not. Yeah. Have to go on the other side, go through the fence. think I can get 5 of them in there. Let's go grab them. And aren't these guys looking really pretty? Something like that, then the lemon balm can still grow up, and it's got its pretty pot, and they'll look pretty here. I'll get the foxglove bed cleaned up and get those 3 mini roses from by the greenhouse moved over. Show you guys what it looks like when I'm all done. Okay, so we're at the end of day 1 of my vacation. Got quite a bit done. Gonna show you what I got done. And don't mind the sad brassicas. Gonna either tomorrow or Tuesday go through them and see what's salvageable. But gonna show you what I got done today. So as you saw earlier, I got all of that weeded, and as you can see, those mounds are kind of gone. But I have gone through and top dressed all of the raised beds. Here's that little bed. Pretty little roses. And then I did do 2 rows of the foxglove. The ones in the middle should bloom this year. And then my mini roses. And they may not look like much right now, and that's because my grandma always told me, prune in the spring, don't prune in the fall. Because you prune in the fall, it has winter dieback, so now you've lost even more of the plant. So I've always pruned these guys back in the spring once I see what is starting to live. And hopefully they take off and look amazing right here. At the gate when you walk in. But we are going to be doing a pathway that we've decided we're going to do pine shavings, just because in the summer I'm out here barefoot all the time. So some of these rows, it actually will make them longer. So, yeah, Docker. So I did on these beds, I did turn them with the garden fork and then amended them with the steer manure. And that's another thing my grandma always taught me is, if it's not broke, don't change it. Here, let me put you on the tripod. My grandma always taught me that if you're doing something and it's working out, why change it? Don't change something that's not broken. So I do turn my soil. We do use, as you'll see here eventually, a rototiller for the in-ground garden. This year will probably, as long as fall doesn't get ahead of me, be the last year I'll be really turning the raised beds, because if I'm able to get steer manure to top dress them this fall so they have all winter to decompose, because I just don't want to plant my seeds or my fresh starts straight into a just steer manure. But I want to mix the steer manure in. But I'm going to show you a bed that is broken, and that one we are going to be fixing. So this bed right here at the end of the shed, even in the summer, it only gets sunshine for really about 2 hours in the afternoon. Everything else I was able to dig up, turn over, no issue. This bed, because it gets no sun, still has chunks of frozen soil. And we tried doing the onions last year, and yeah, not enough sunlight. So this one, because it was a last minute threw together one just because we had some of the spare materials, is going to be turned into a permanent perennial shade garden. I've got a whole bunch of shade plants on order that are going to be coming in and fill this, and it's just going to be a pretty spot, since that's about the only thing that can grow in here because of the complete lack of sunlight it gets. So it's going to become a shade garden. Let me go show you what I did with the pear, and that will pretty much wrap up day one of my vacation. But isn't that going to be such a pretty entryway once those little roses start blooming? Hi guys. But I did steal a box from there, because that whatever was there was dead, and put it around the pear tree, dug the grass out, put a little steer manure and some chicken shavings. I just have the box wire kind of weird on it just to help protect the sickly brassicas. But once it gets all said and done, the box wire will just be three-sided up against the fence, since this will still be out in the area where the chickens and the Muscovies will have access once we get the main fence put up for them. But yeah, I think I got a little bit done today. Day one. 7 more to go. Don't rush them though. See you tomorrow morning. Bye. And just as a silly side note, Yeti, my mouser, he's not chasing mice right now, but he saw flies moving. So he's hunting flies. Well, we're on day 2. Let me show you what I've got done. Went through, and on that far bed I have top dressed it with chicken shavings, just because it's going to have summer vegetables and it's not quite warm enough to get them out planted. But I did go through and don't want to touch it because this one's still wet, but painted all the tops on all the boxes just to help preserve the pine. So that's where I'm going to end today's video. I hope you all have a good day and a good week. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you on Sunday's video. Bye.